Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We are too. But I got some bad news, or some good news. But somebody here on the homestead is going to kick the bucket before this year is through. You hang around until after the break, I'll explain. Alright guys, before we get too far into this video, I gotta pay a little respect to some folks who have sent us some things here on the homestead. These arrived in our post office box, which we've put in our description about our channel in the about section. But we do have a post office box, and we do occasionally get things from viewers. So we're gonna cover this real quick. This right here is a really cool. We'll start with the long one here on top. This right here is a really cool broom, and it was made by James and his wife Brenda up at Old School with a Modern Twist. Now, I'm going to put a link for them up in the corner. But James does some incredible woodwork and some wood burning, and he was interested in growing some broom corn, so we sent some broom cord seed up there on the condition that if he ever really got good at it, he would send us a broom. So he has made good on his end, and these are some beautiful brooms. You can see the hand broom here. It's got some really nice leather work on it. And the long broom here, I said we were going to start with, but I guess we're going to get to it now. Long broom, I want to show you some of the decorations he put here on the handle. And I'll try to slow this panning down so we can enjoy each part of it. Right there is a morel mushroom on top. Let's see, we got a really pretty pheasant. That there, sorry for the glare. That there is a nice rabbit. We'll spin him around here. What do we got here? We got a rooster. I'll show you some of the detail on that. Below that, I believe it's his hen coming around. Really, really pretty. Alright, down here we got an owl. Here, get you a good look at him. Let's see who else we got here. We got us a baby lamb. That is really cool. Try to turn that so you can see it. And then we have the initials B, J, Bumblebee Junction. I'm going to assume, but unless that stands for some other secret meaning. Let's see, we've missed a few things here. There's a really pretty fox here above the owl. And above that is a really pretty butterfly. I wanted to give you guys a good long look at that. I'm sorry, we wanted to really show that off. James put a lot of work into that, and we super appreciate it. We're glad he had success with the broom corn. He had told us that was something he'd been interested in for a long time, is learning how to do that. So we wanted to provide him the means where he could teach himself, and he has done a wonderful job. He's obviously learned a thing or two about putting a broom together. They both look wonderful. One of the things that caught Tina's eye was the stalks of the broom corn before they bristle. He's included the stalks here in the handle, and he didn't cover them up. He left them natural, which added a really nice touch to it. So we really, really like the brooms. If you guys would, James at Old School with a Modern Twist, and like I said, I'll put a link up there for him. But they are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. He is only inches away. I'm talking inches, as in we only need a dozen or so of you. But we hope that you'll all go over there and show James and his wife Brenda some love, and subscribe to their channel. Let's get them over 1,000 subscribers. It's about time James got paid for his efforts and all the wonderful videos him and his wife put out. Let's make sure that happens. So let's get over there and subscribe to James at Old School with a Modern Twist, and I would be very, very, very grateful. Now we got another thing here on the table. This here is from Ben over at Daddy's Life channel. Ben made this himself. That is a deer antler knife. I believe he ordered the blades, but he assembled them and put them all together. and he has sent us this wonderful knife. Now this one's got a little bit of a bend to the handle, fits the hand really nice, but I think he's considering making and selling these knives, and I know for sure he's planning a giveaway. So if you guys are into kind of hunting, and Ben's a bit of a prankster, but if you like that kind of stuff, I'm gonna put a link up here for the Daddy's Life channel. He's a great young man, and his wife's a lot of fun too. They are just a wonderful couple. Got some great kids. But I'd like you to go over there and check them out. They're going to be building a new house, and they're going to be starting from scratch. And I hope you'll follow that along as they go. But it's Daddy's Life is the name of the channel. He sent us these wonderful deer antler knives, and we really appreciate it. But you can go over there and check them out too. We'll put a link for them up above. But that's just a couple of the things I wanted to mention real quick while I had you guys here. And I'll be right back in just a second to tell you how this video is going to go. Alright guys, today Tina and I are going to be planting our potato buckets for the year. And as we get older, we get less and less fond of digging things up. So it's nice to have the potatoes in the buckets where we can kick them over at the end of the season. So don't worry, none of us are leaving for real, but somebody is going to kick the bucket at the end of the year. We hope we get some potatoes out of it. So guys, come along. We got some footage of how we're going to throw these things together. Then we're going to get them out there in the sunshine, get them watered up, and hopefully we'll have some good luck with them this year. We're not going to plant as many as we normally do. I've got 21 buckets we usually do it in. I think we're just going to plant 12 this year. We got 3 different kinds of potatoes we're going to go over. But I think we're just going to plant 12 this year. We do not grow potatoes as a staple here on the homestead. We do grow sweet potatoes as a staple, but we don't grow regular potatoes. They're just kind of a seasonal treat for us. Tina and I, as we get a little bit older, we got to watch the cholesterol and watch the starches and stuff. So we try to cut down on the potato consumption a little bit. But we do enjoy them as a seasonal treat, and we enjoy bringing them to you and showing you guys. But we'll have that harvest here later in the year. But for right now, let's get these things in the bucket. We'll show you how we did it. We'll show you how you can do it. And let's just see how it goes. All right, guys, we're getting ready to get started here. We got to make us up a batch here of the super soil. And you guys have probably seen us do this in the past. If not, I'll put a link to the video in our gardening playlist at the end of the video. You guys can go check that out. But we've got a big batch here we need to mix up, and we're going to get that mixed up so we can get going on a few projects. When we get that done, I'll bring you back and show you what we're doing. Alright guys, we got everything dumped out, and Tina's working on getting this pile mixed up. Got a whole pile of super soil. Say hi everybody. Dirt. Alright guys, we're going to get this mixed up, and then we're going to start working on some of our projects. One of the first things we're going to do is, right out here, we got our buckets lined up. We're going to be planting our potato buckets. So we got 3 different kinds of potatoes, and we're going to be doing them in these buckets here. We've used these before. You probably seen us use them. Let me turn them around here. All right, there. All the buckets have holes about 1 inch up from the bottom. That's so they'll hold a little bit of water in the bottom, but not much. We don't want the soil to get boggy. So all the buckets have 3 holes in them. They're at the bottom, but we'll go ahead and we'll fill these up to about halfway. Then we'll get our potatoes put in them, and I'll bring you back and show you a little bit more when we get to that point. All right, guys, we're continuing to mix the pile here, but we've got our buckets full up, and we got them about 3/4 of the way full, and we got our potatoes set in there, eyes up, and they're kind of set down in the soil, but not covered yet. But we've got our Kennebecs, we got our, Russets, and we've got our red potatoes. So we're going to go ahead, probably put 1 inch of soil or so over the top of the potato. Now if the eyes are taller, you can see some of these have some taller eye sets on them. But if the eyes are taller and they stick out of the dirt, then so be it. But we're going to get those potatoes at least 1 inch under the soil. And then when they get up out of the buckets, you'll see us come back just like you would hill a potato in a garden. When these come up over the tops of the buckets, we'll go ahead and fill the buckets the rest of the way to the top. But keep those hilled in. But that's how we set up our potato buckets, and you know the soil mix we use. So if not, please go over to our gardening playlist. I'll put a link at the end, and check out the super soil mix. That's what we're working on here. But we'll go ahead and get these buckets topped off. Probably bring you back one more time and show you that, and then we'll move on to the other projects. Alright guys, we're out here at the edge of the main garden, and I wanted to show you, we put the buckets out here. We got the Kennebecs, the Russets, and the red Russets. So we're going to go ahead and leave these out here. You want your potatoes in full sun. Now, one of the things you've heard me talk about is you want a root crop to have a high phosphorus, but when you're starting out with potatoes, you want them to put on green tops so they'll be able to fuel the potato production later on. So the first thing you want these plants to have is nitrogen. Now, they'll get most of their energy from the potato itself, but we've got nitrogen in the soil here that'll help kick them off and get them growing. Now, when we go to top these buckets off, you'll see me add some bone meal on top of the soil, and then we'll top the buckets off. And that bone meal will provide a phosphorus boost that'll increase their yield on the potatoes and hopefully the size of them as well. So when you grow potatoes, the first thing is to get that green up and going, and that takes nitrogen. But after that, we're not going to put any more nitrogen on it. We're going to add bone meal. We'll kick up the phosphorus. That'll increase the root production. And that's pretty much how you grow potatoes. So we'll come back, we'll follow these through the year, and we'll talk more about them. But that's what we got so far, and we got some other projects we need to work on. So I'll bring you back and show you those real quick before we end the video. Alright guys, we're probably not going to get into showing much more of this secondary project we had going on because we've had a rainstorm. So you see everything out there soaking wet and full of puddles. But we're here in the garage, and we got some 3-inch peat pots, and over there on the far end, those are Tina's colored bell peppers. She likes them all different colors, everything from white to black to purple to yellow, orange, green. And these here are 36 extra broccoli plants. So you've seen us use this planting method before. If you go into the gardening playlist and you look at our planting fall broccoli video, you'll see me use this exact same method. I use these same peat pots. We put some of our, let's see, we can get our Job's fertilizer that we used the other day. Put some of our Job's fertilizer in the bottom of it. We packed them hand tight with our super soil here. That recipe's in the gardening playlist as well. Then we poked a few holes in the top, planted our seeds, covered them up, and we're going to direct sow these pots right into the garden. So we'll go ahead and get these out. We'll put them in the garden, and we'll show you planting those. We're going to go right to the main garden with them, but with this rain, it's probably going to be a few days. So I'm going to wrap that part of this video up, and we'll show you that part of it in a later video. So anyway, that was our secondary project. We've got a few more things that we'll plant in these peat pots like this, and then we'll put them out in the garden. It's like direct sowing, but think of them more like seed bombs. We'll throw them out there, and they'll produce some plants. We'll have to go back through and do a little thinning, but we don't put too many extra seeds in them because we're pretty sure the seed company we work with, and we're pretty sure the soil they're planted in. So, but we appreciate it. I'll be back to wish you well. That was our secondary project, getting some peppers and some broccoli going, but we won't dive into it too much. Just check out that planting fall broccoli video, and that'll tell you more about what we were doing there. Alright guys, we're going to kind of get this thing wrapped up, but as you can tell, we got a little bit rained out as we were finishing up the buckets. We could hear it back building in as we were putting it together, but just as we started into planting on that second set of projects, the front of the storm came in, and we could see we were sitting right in the front edge of the garage, and luckily it was blowing across the house and not into the garage. But so we left the door open for just a few minutes. We had hail hitting the ground the size of peas, and then we had one hit the ground probably just 2 feet from us that was the size of a golf ball. That was when we decided it was time to close the garage door, work on getting those peppers and stuff and broccoli planted. we'll have those ready to go in the garden. But we hope you enjoyed the video. We got the potato buckets all put together. We'll follow those along through the year. You guys can see how they grow. We'll show you how we change over. We like a little nitrogen to get them kicked off, but then we like to add a little bone meal and potassium to get those root crops. Root crops really enjoy that. That tells them to set big roots. But we'll follow those along through the year. We'll tell you how we take care of them. It's not a real big process. We're just going to top them off once. But we don't believe in the potato towers. Those are usually a trick. They add seed potatoes and a layer of dirt, and then they add some more seed potatoes and a layer of dirt. And when you see those guys crack those towers open, just know they probably got 50 pounds of seed potatoes in there to get that yield that they're showing. So it usually, I've never seen it work. We've tried it a couple times 20 years ago before it got popular on YouTube, and it didn't work then any better than it works now. So we like to grow the potatoes in the bucket. We'll top them off once so the sun doesn't burn the tops of the newly formed potatoes, but that's it. We'll show you what we get. We'll show you how it turns out. We hope you enjoyed the video. Guys, please go check out our friends, those links I put up earlier in the video. In particular, I want you to stop by old James at Old School with a Modern Twist and just show him some love if you would. They are so close to 1,000 subscribers, and they've hovered there for a good long time. Now, James is a good old boy. They put out some really good information, and they deserve to be being paid for their effort. So all they need is 1,000 subscribers before YouTube will consider paying them. And like I said, they're only a little over a dozen away. Surely with 15,000 subscribers here, we can make that happen. So if you would, slide over there, tell old James Bumblebee Junction sent you. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. And check out James and his wonderful wife Brenda, or as he likes to call her, and we call her on occasion, Buster. So you can watch Buster give James a hard time, and old James will show you some old school tricks before they get lost to time. So we enjoy watching them. Tina and I really enjoy the channel. And if you would, go over there and check out Daddy's Life too. Like I said, we wanted to call them out. He sent us a beautiful deer antlered knife, and I'm sure we'll put it to good use. But like I said, he's going to be making and selling those later on in the year, I believe. And I know he's planning to schedule a giveaway. So go over there, check out Daddy's Life too, if you would. Just a couple of friends of ours that are trying to kick off their channels, and we're going to try from time to time to put up some of the smaller channels and let you guys go check them out. They're good guys, and they're just trying to make it in YouTube. And the only difference between them and us is you haven't found them yet. You found us first. Now go find them. We really appreciate it when you support our friends, and we'll try to include some more in the future. Just different strokes for different folks. We got a bunch of different friends, and you may find some you like and some you don't. So we hope you enjoyed your time here at the channel. I'm going to quit gabbing. We'll let you guys go. If you would, please hit that subscribe button down below if you like the content, and hit the bell next to it. That'll send you notifications whenever we release a new video. And if you would, hit that thumbs up button. Let us know we did a good job. Tina puts in an awful lot of work. We appreciate it when you hit that thumbs up and let her know. So leave us a comment down below, or if you have any questions about raising potatoes in buckets or anything else you've seen here on the channel, leave us a comment. Or if there's something you want to see, we take a lot of our cues from you guys. So if you want to see something, let us know, and if we can make that happen, we'll just get out there and do it. We're not opposed to trying something new, or trying something we haven't tried in a while. So you let us know, we'll let you know if we can do it. But we hope you enjoyed your time here. I hope you have a wonderful day. We'll catch you in the next one.